Yo, what's up, collective? I hope you're doing absolutely wonderful today on this gloomy ass day. So, instead of a pick a card, I decided that I felt more called to do a collective reading. So, that's what we're going to get into today. So, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides of the Divine Collective, please come through and relay accurate and honest messages for the collective. Speak to me through music. My crown chakra, my third eye chakra, my throat chakra is aligned and open to receive and to speak honest and accurate messages. Thank you. Collective message, collective message. What does the collective need to know? What does the divine collective need to know right now? Thank you. What does the divine collective need to know right now? Okay, so we have a Queen of Cups and a King of Pentacles out with the Ten of Wands on the back of the deck with the Three of Wands. I feel like there's an inner battle going on within you between head and heart, especially with the Ten of Wands on the back of the deck and the Wheel. I feel like you know that there are changes that need to be made, that there are actions that you need to take, but you're trying to figure out which path to take. And honestly, deep down with the Three of Wands, I feel like you know which path to take, but the fact that it might not feel logical right now, you might not feel stable, whatever actions that you're planning to take may feel like they make you second guess yourself because it's not grounded. Because when the King of Pentacles came out, it did come out in reverse, but the Queen of Cups is upright. And I feel like you're guided to follow your heart, to follow your emotions, instead of staying in a very logical sense. Because I feel like wherever you're trying to go, it's not going to feel logical. You might not even see a path forward, but you have a inner soul calling to make those moves, to bring a dream, to bring a plan down into reality in order to follow that Three of Wands energy, which is making plans, which is making the effort to move forward. What does the collective need to know, Spirit? Oh yeah, you know exactly what to do with the High Priestess card. You're being very called to have blind faith, to trust exactly where you're being called to go. Even if it does not feel stable, even if you don't have the resources to make it happen in this moment. It's about taking baby steps. It's about taking baby steps to ground something, a plan that is in spirit, that is in another realm, another dimension, to ground it into your current dimension, into this earthly realm. And you could feel kind of crazy right now because you're feeling called. Maybe you're already in a stable situation and it doesn't feel smart to leave that stable situation behind. And you could feel a little delusional in this moment right now with the Two of Wands, because you can't see a path forward in a logical sense, because he's holding Earth in his hand. And I feel like your past, like where you're at right now, is very stable, because he's looking back, he's not looking forward. And we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you're weighing out the right steps to take, or you're weighing out pros and cons. And honestly, right now you're being called to protect your pinnacle, to make sure that you're saving in a logical sense. So if you want to make moves in a financial in a financial sense, it's very important for you to not splurge right now, especially with the economy and how shit's going and hitting the fan. And America's really struggling right now. It's so hard to just make a basic living. It's so hard to just have stability in your life. So if you're right now living in a stable situation, I understand why you would feel like it would be absolutely idiotic to make moves based off of your emotions, to make moves based off of your intuition. But Spirit is definitely calling you to trust that wherever you're at right now is not for you. Because behind the two of wands and the Queen of Wands is very free. She is very, very confident in herself that she is making the right moves. A very spiritual person who listens to her intuition. And the Nine of Cups is behind the Queen of Wands with the Eight of Cups. I feel like you're being called to another timeline that is going to fulfill this Queen of Wands energy, that is going to fulfill feeling deeply rooted into your spiritual beliefs, into your spiritual lifestyle that maybe you've been craving but you've been pushing down for a very long time. Because you really honor stability. You really, maybe you didn't have a stable childhood. Maybe it's always been hard for you to gain stability, and you don't know if it's worth losing stability in order to feel free, in order to kind of live a nomad kind of lifestyle. And Spirit is saying that it is, but it's so hard for you to trust that it's going to play out, that you're going to be safe. But with the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess, your soul, on a soul level, your soul is craving a different timeline. Your soul is craving a different life. Because 1979 was just playing, and that song has very, like, it reminds me of being a teenager, of having no worries, and I feel like that's kind of what your inner soul is craving right now. And we can connect that to our inner child. Like, your inner child is dying to feel alive again. But your mind is like, hold up. Like, we did a lot to get where we're at right now. So it's definitely a heart over head kind of decision that you're going through right now. What does the collective need to know? Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. You're very terrified of having to be in a lack mindset, having to penny pinch in reality, having to save money instead of splurging. I feel like your soul, like you as a person, not your soul, but you as your mind, as your conscious, is really like, I really don't want to go back down that road of having to work my ass off just to provide for myself. With the Four of Cups, yeah, you're just like, I really don't want to go down that path again. But with the Strength card and the Two of Swords and the Justice, again, Spirit is really calling you to have that inner strength to trust the unknown, because whatever is on the other side is what is going to fulfill you on a soul level, and that everything is going to be okay, that everything is going to work out in your favor. And you're being called with the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Wands to kind of, I don't mean to be very blunt or straightforward, but to grow some balls, to find beauty in the struggle, to accept the fact that we have to struggle, we have to put in work in order to make our dreams reality, in order to live a life that fulfills us on a soul level. You have to kind of put some kind of work into that. You have to make steps. You can't stay in comfortable energy and expect to be happy. Like, you can't expect to feel fulfilled whenever you're constantly okay with being in your comfort zone. Like, you can't complain about being unhappy if you want to stay comfortable. Like, if you prioritize comfortability over happiness on a soul level, something that lights your soul on fire, then you have to accept that you're going to be bored. You have to accept that life isn't going to be exciting whenever you're not chasing your dreams. And when you chase your dreams, it's always up in the air. It's not stable, in my opinion. It can be. I mean, you can get to a level of stability eventually, but like I said, you have to boss up. You have to grow balls. You have to get in your Queen of Swords energy, where you're not stopping. Like, you're not going to settle. You're not settling for less than what you deserve. You're not going to settle for something that's not your dream. You're not going to settle not living that free-spirited nomad life, if that's what you desire. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to know? The Empress, that you have everything within you to birth this new reality that your soul desires into our earthly realm, instead of leaving it as a dream, leaving it as just a daydream while you're living in a very boring, a very stagnant lifestyle. I feel like you tell yourself that you can't do it, but you can. You're the fucking Empress. There's a lack of confidence in self here. And you're the Empress. Like, you have so many options. You're selling yourself short. You're settling for a life that does not fulfill you. And it's time to boss up and make shit happen for yourself. With the Star, you are meant for bigger and better things. Point blank, period. With the Magician, like, holy shit, you're the alchemist. And I feel like you don't feel this about yourself. I feel like staying in this comfortable energy has made you feel like losing stability is not worth seeing what else is out there. Staying comfortable has become more important to you than not settling for less than you deserve just because you're comfortable. Starships were meant to fly. Yeah, this lifestyle that you're currently living is not for you. This lifestyle that you're currently living is not even up to anything that you are worthy of. higher than a motherfucker. And you could be indulging in drugs and just substances that make you feel alive for a short moment, that brings you out of that comfortable energy, that makes you feel like, you know, life is not boring. But this is just lying to yourself, because we have the High Priestess out here. You know, your intuition is like yelling at you that you know this is not it. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Swords. You were terrified of making action. And ignoring this inner calling, ignoring your intuition, is just causing so much anxiety, because you know deep down that you're lying to yourself. And with the Ace of Swords behind the Nine of Swords, that is the truth. And it's time for you, with the Knight of Swords and with the Ace of Pentacles, to take action. It's time for you to take action. It's time for you to boss up. It's time for you to be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest about your situation. Do you really feel like stability is worth staying where you're at? Do you really feel that on a soul level? Once you start getting comfortable, how do you feel? So next time you find yourself getting comfortable, really question yourself. How do you feel in those moments? Is it worth it? The cards are saying no, but, you know, tarot is very helpful, but tarot only helps to a certain extent. Spirit can only help you to a certain extent. We have free will. We have free will to make the actions that we so desire. So even though you're hearing this reading, it is so important for you to weigh out the pros and the cons. It's so important for you to figure out how you feel. How do you feel in your not your current life circumstances? Because it's up to you to find the inner strength to make shit happen. What does the collective need to know? The Lovers with the Eight of Wands. Judgment. Okay. So, Spirit is telling you that it's time to make a judgment call. Are you going to stay where you're comfortable? Or are you going to chase what makes your heart flutter? What makes your soul feel alive? Are you going to listen to your soul? Or are you going to abandon your soul? Is basically what that's saying. Because I feel that once you listen to your heart, once you listen to yourself on a spiritual level, not just a physical level, not just a material level, on this earthly realm, with the Eight of Wands, you're going to see forward movement. You're going to see what steps that you need to make to move forward. And I feel like you're going to see the truth. You're going to see the people around you for who they truly are. You're going to... And I'm not going to lie, like, it's not going to be pretty. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. It's not going to be, like, the best experience for you to go through in order to make these changes. But we don't just... Like, Spirit doesn't just give us what we want. It's not just going to land in your lap. Like, we have to show that we want it. We have to show how bad we want to live a fulfilling life. Like, you can say you want it, but do you really want it? Are you going to make the actions needed to bring that into reality? You have to prove that to the universe that you're serious about living a fulfilling life. Clarify the Lovers. And if you're scared that you're not going to make any connection, it's just not true. I feel like you really have lost self-confidence. You have lost, like, an accurate image of yourself. You've lost the truth of who you are. Because right now, Your Love is playing by Nicki Minaj, and it was saying Adam and Eve with the apple under the tree, and it was so odd because we have two lovers right there. I feel like you're settling. It is what it is. You're settling because you're comfortable. You're settling because there's stability. That sucks. I think I met him in the sky when he was a geisha. I was a samurai. Like, I just feel like you just have no idea, like, what's on the other side of the door. You have no idea what's waiting for you because you're comfortable, because there's stability, because you don't want to struggle. And I totally understand. But damn. Sometimes comfortability can bring depression. It can bring anger. It can bring anxiety. It can just bring some ugly shit out of us that is not who we truly are to our core. I feel like to your core, you are a very beautiful person. But right now, I feel like you're in a very dark period. And you're not seeing the truth of who you are. You're not seeing the inner power that you carry because the Queen of Wands was on the back of the deck. Like, you're not seeing how magnificent you are, how beautiful you are, how much you have to offer, how unique you are. I feel like you don't feel like you're unique, and it's just not true. Like, that's the furthest from the truth. With the Ace of Wands and the Chariot, you are being, like, Spirit, if they could, they just want to, like, push you. They just want to push you out of your comfort zone. They really want to see you take forward movement towards your goals. With the Chariot, yeah, take forward movement towards the Ace of Pentacles, towards that new beginning. They want you to have fun. And the Emperor wanted to pop out also when I was shuffling. And we have the Empress out here. And now we have the Page of Cups with the Ten of Cups in reverse. You are definitely settling for a love that is not spiritual. It's just like your Matrix kind of love, you know? Just that offers stability, that offers companionship, that offers, you know, all that good stuff that looks good on surface level, but your soul is like, bitch, like, damn, we have so much more to live and experience. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I feel like that's what your soul is saying right now. Because with the Page of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Cups in reverse, ew, like, that is such nasty energy to me, because this is so just like going step to step, like such a surface level connection that you may feel is very deep, and you have no idea what deep is. Not yet, at least. Yeah, with the Four of Swords, you're being called to just, you're being called to, you know, step up to the plate. Get in that boss ass energy to bring your dreams into reality. You're being called to really take time to meditate, to take time to really figure out what you want. I feel like your inner self really wants to connect with you. I feel like you have kind of shut off your spiritual side to some kind of extent, maybe not fully, but you're being very called to take time out for yourself, to put everything else aside, to really figure out what's going to make you happy. Like, what is your dream? So figure out what your dream is. Take time to meditate. Take time to connect to you. No one else. Don't let anyone else influence you and your feelings in this moment, because you need to take time out to really figure out what moves you need to make, but also not even thinking about forward movement. Just take time out to discover yourself on a deeper level. And I feel like you have, and I feel like you have put in the work. But now that you're like realizing it, now that you're getting downloads of another timeline that you can hop that would fulfill that spiritual energy within yourself, there's fear. Like, being shown reality is a lot for you to take. So take time out to rest and to meditate and to just gather all of your thoughts and feelings for right now. Don't even think about forward movement in this moment. Just take time out to really connect with your spiritual side. Okay, guys? That was the reading. Let me know if it resonated for you guys in the comments. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.